Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back
to the podcast
with Paiton and Evelyn.
Okay, guys, yes, we are back again with another video. Okay, make sure that you catch up on all of our past content and videos because you do not want to miss the stuff that we've been dropping. We have been dropping some big stuff and we've been staying consistent. Okay,
Yes.
Who you know?
Deserve a clap.
Who
Give us
you
a hand
know
clap.
that stay consistent like this when they starting out? Who
much.
you know? And we be dropping the bonus content episodes. What? Where they do that at?
It's nowhere that we should hear somebody say, we didn't know that you put that episode out. We missed the episode this week.
No.
Because Tuesday you should have got an episode and Friday you should have got an
episode.
It
Maybe
should
not
no
every
excuses.
Friday, but
Yes.
a good amount of Fridays there will be an episode. And we coming with the interviews. Okay, by now you should have already listened to or watched our first interview with Paiton.
Yes.
Okay, so get on it if you haven't, and we got a couple more interviews also that are coming very, very soon. So y'all definitely don't want to miss it.
Nope, they don't.
They don't want to miss this at all. But today, the conversation that we kind of want to get into was, you know, when people say, like, at your big age, you shouldn't be doing this, or, like, how dare you at your big age, like, you haven't learned. That's what I kind of want to get into. And then I also want to get into, like, some other stuff. And basically talk about, you know, the whole Blueface and the Chrisean Rock situation. Because, y'all, that's a mess. Like, it's an ongoing mess. So I don't even know if we can get into all of it today, but
I don't even know if we should.
At their big age, I don't know. At their big age.
Let me just start out by saying I would be disappointed if my dream was to be, you know, some people dream of being in social media. They want to be influencers.
Yeah.
I would be disappointed if I was known for being a dummy. That would be a disappointment to me.
Especially
to be honest.
if you're not a real dummy.
Yeah, especially if you're not a real dummy. Like, if that's what's being portrayed and you know that's not how you are. And I'm gonna be honest, I always say this. They gonna think I live under a rock. I did not know who these two people were before this mess came up.
Look, at this point, you are Keke Palmer, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to these people.
I
don't know who they are.
I have no idea who you are.
I did not know who Blueface was. I did not know who Chrisean Rock was.
Not a clue.
Until the mess was so strong that you can't help but it pop up on your feed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I found out about either one of them was based on their toxic relationship.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, I think I knew about Blueface from, I don't even know if I really listened to his music. I think I heard one song maybe because it was like catchy, you know, people play it on like social media a lot and stuff like that. So I heard of him from social media. But her, I really did not even notice her until like I saw the stuff on the Shade Room.
Yeah. Of
her getting in fights and stuff with like his sister and mama, and when she was talking about she took her tooth out for him and all this stuff. And then when Evelyn let me hear her music video, I didn't even know she was singing. I had no idea that she even was an artist.
Stumbled upon. And you know, I be telling Paiton, she don't believe me, but stuff just pops up on my feed. Like, I don't go looking for this stuff. And it just happened. I opened YouTube and her music video was right there.
Wow. Like, when I say I've never seen that on my feed, but I tell Evelyn she gotta be watching crazy stuff, because why are these social medias recommending this to you?
Listen,
like, why are they recommending the ratchet
You know what the
stuff
problem
to
is?
You? Like, I want
they read your text messages. They they listen in on your conversation. I'm telling you, I could say, oh, I want cupcakes today, and I would go on my phone and Instagram will show me a cupcake advertisement,
send you stuff for cupcakes.
So they be listening on your phone conversations, they be reading your texts. So that's what I think, because I'm telling her, I don't be searching for this stuff. It just pops up.
It just comes to me.
It just pops up.
It wants me.
It wants me.
I don't want it.
It wants me.
Girl, it's okay.
But I showed her this music, so she's actually making music.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And I didn't know she went to college.
Yeah.
She did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
I was shook. And I've also, like, I've heard a lot of people online say, like, they feel like, you know, if she would never met Blueface, she may have had, like, a better chance, you know, just coming up on her own, like, with her music and influencing and stuff like that. I'm gonna say
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree, because Blueface is not the only man out here that acts like this. So if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else. And if she was in a healthy relationship, that may have helped her heal whatever she had going on, or she may have destroyed that. So I don't agree with Blueface ruined her, because she did have a lot going for herself. She did, you know, she was in school. She was an athletic person, so she was into all of these sports and all of those things. She had scholarships. So apparently there is a part of her that was not healed. And I can say that because she did have an interview, and I did watch the interview. She has a lot of childhood trauma. And if there is some self-healing you haven't done, you can have a person in your life that can kind of throw you off track. So, and like I said, if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else, because you can be as smart as possible, and if there's something there that can trigger you at any moment, that can throw you off, that's what's gonna happen. So she's an example of that. She, you know what I'm saying, she was smart. She was a smart girl. She was ready to, you know what I'm saying, make that step to kind of make something of herself. And then this person came in and is really having her just mentally in trapped in this relationship, to be honest, because they both come from toxic backgrounds. So there's no way for them to really model or know how to model a healthy relationship.
Well, can you say that, like, she's really stuck in a relationship, or is she just in, like, a mental type of, like, you know, stuckness? Because, I mean, it's like we kind of talked about, like, when we said that, you know, we saw that he had said something about, oh, you know, I'll pay you, you know, to not be with me anymore. How much do I have to give you to get you away from me? So do you think it's like that reverse psychology that he's using, that maybe he says that, like, in public to the people he says stuff like that, but behind closed doors to her he's saying, like, a whole different story, like, oh, I want to be with you, you know,
he probably does do that. He probably is laying in bed with her and telling her he loves her and he wants to be with her, and when she puts on the camera he wants to be, you know, the jokester, and don't want to show that, oh, he's, you know what I'm saying, wants to calm her down and make sure she okay. And but on the same token, I watched the interview and she said herself that he does not know how to love her. She said in that relationship he is not good at showing or reciprocating the love he gets. And she said she can change him. That's what she said. She said she's in a relationship and she feels like she can change him.
See, and that's the issue of at your big age. And I've said this before, time and time again. I know for sure I said this in a previous episode. Y'all have to stop thinking that you can change grown people that do not want to be changed. That person has a brain of their own. They have a body of their own. They can function on their own. They don't need you to change them. Especially if you already tried to give them the love and the tools. Now it's their job to do it. But if they don't want to do it, you cannot make somebody change.
No.
It's not going to happen. Leave them be.
Please
leave
stop.
them be. Please stop.
Please.
Like
we begging.
Like at that point, you're traumatizing yourself.
And that's exactly what she's doing. She is literally traumatizing herself on purpose.
Yeah.
Because she don't have to be there. And
you said yourself that he does not know how to love you. I don't understand what the disconnection is.
And I don't know what called, but she says she is in love with it, like she would die before she had to depart from him. That's how in love she is. She has at least 4 tattoos of him, of his name, a whole picture, his face on her neck. Like, she just is all in. So I don't know if that comes from him putting her in a different space that her parents couldn't do. So in a lot of instances, people who don't have the love from their parents, they find it from other people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, affectionate love. It can be them providing a home. You know what I'm saying?
A safe space.
A safe space. Them providing food. You know what I'm saying? Them providing you with materialistic things.
Yeah.
You can be lacking from other things from your parents.
Yeah.
It don't even have to be love. It can just be other things in general. So if that person is showing you that, if you haven't healed that part of you, you're going to latch on to that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you've been in a space where you've been down so long and you meet a person regardless of how they treat you, if in that moment they have shown you the most love you have ever received, your brain is going to remember that. Regardless if down the road they're going to treat you like garbage, you're going to remember that moment when y'all first met where they treated you like the best person, you know what I'm saying, on earth. You're going to remember that part of that. So I guess she's stuck in that cycle of, I know he can be better because I've seen it. So let me stick around. Maybe, hopefully he'll change. And if he doesn't, I can change him. If I love him, if I can show him as much love as possible, that will change him.
Yeah, but at our big age, y'all, we gotta stop thinking that potential is enough. And we talked about that on our last episode. We talked about potential in a bunch of different ways in your life, and how it seems with different potentials in yourself or in other people, or in your career, whatever can affect you. But specifically in a relationship, you have to be careful about the potential, because like I said and like we discussed, that person could be putting on a show in the beginning. So the potential that they're showing you right now could be all fake and fluff. Give it a couple months, they're going to show their real self. And their real self is not going to be the potential that you thought that they had. And now you're just, in your mind, you're going based off of what you saw in the beginning. Like you said, like the person that was there in the first place. But that person in the first place wasn't a real person. That was a facade. That was a character. They said, and cut scene. That person gone now. Like,
not cut scene.
Like, it's over. Like they did a good acting job, and now their acting job is done. Like,
the season is over.
They reaped the benefits of that character and them playing that role. And once they got all the benefits and they got all they wanted out of that character, that character was done. Now they have to move on to a new show.
Mm-hmm.
And now they putting on a new show probably with somebody else, but it's not with you, because they don't care about you enough to continue to keep this up. They like.
And I will say, we don't know, you know, the real dynamic of their relationship, but I'll also say she kind of portrays herself as unstable. So when you're in a relationship with somebody like that, it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. You kind of don't know how to operate, you know what I'm saying, with that type of person. So, like, for instance, when we brought up that video about they had a fight, a huge, literally fist fight with each other, and he was begging her to leave. He would pay her any amount of money to leave. So that to me kind of seems like either A, that's a manipulative tactic for him to try to keep her around, or he really don't feel like he could leave her, because if she didn't say it, she gonna kill herself if she not in a relationship with him. So both sides of them are just toxic, not just him, but her and her, you know what I'm saying, putting those things out there to try to keep a person in your life that don't want to be kept. That's crazy.
That is crazy. And
but people think Russell boring. Give me a Russell.
Not us bringing Russell back up.
I'll take a Russell. I said I would. I'll take a Russell any day for me. And I don't ever have to be in a relationship.
She changed her mind
because
she couldn't decide when it was Future, but now when it comes to Blueface, she changed her mind.
I don't want none of that.
She said, I'd rather do a Future.
I'd rather. I said Russell. I said Russell. I said Russell. Give me a Russell.
So Future worse than Blueface?
They just, I don't know. They got their own.
They both disturbing.
They both got their own disturbances.
They both disturbing.
But look, I'll be boring. I'll be boring for the rest of my life. If I have to deal with that,
I'll be in a boring relationship.
I'll just be in a boring relationship. We could spice that up at any moment.
But that's be in a boring relationship.
I don't understand.
That's a little too much spice.
I don't understand.
That's
why?
Too much spice.
I need to sit down with somebody that's in a relationship like that, and I really want to know why. I really want to know why. If you watching this, and let us interview you. If you are in that space right now,
let us.
If you're
dealing with a relationship like that,
I just want to pick your brain.
Or if you have any friends or family dealing with a relationship like that, definitely come on this show. We will let you come on here, okay?
It's no judgment.
All are welcome.
It's no judgment.
We just want to hear your point of view.
I really just want to know for real. How does that even start?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How does that type of relationship start? And it goes on for so long.
Yeah.
I really just want to know.
Yeah, because honestly, realistically, I thought that this was like all like an influencer, celebrity type of scam. You know how like the YouTubers had started, like, you know, when YouTubers, when they first came out, they were doing like real stuff, but then it started to turn into like skits and like, you know, like this is not really real.
Pranks.
Not happens all day long. Like, we not just cheating on each other all day long. We not just in fights all day long. We not just, you know, talking to other people all day long. So I was like, oh, maybe this is what, you know, Blueface and her are doing. They putting on a show for us, you know, they putting on a show for the internet, because they know that they blow up on the shade room
when they act a fool.
So I'm like, so maybe they do this on purpose, because they know that they get a lot of attention, and they know that it's going to attract stuff well, so it's always going to keep, you know, the energy on them, and it'll help her career, and that'll help his career. So I was also thinking like that, like, is this even real? Like, are y'all really this like toxic, or is this just an act that you put on for us to make us think that y'all are this toxic, but behind closed doors y'all are fine? Like, I mean,
I feel like it's real.
You feel like it's real?
I feel like it's real because I feel like at some point, you would get tired of that. At least that's what I think, but some people don't never get tired. I feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like at some point you will run out of, you know what I'm saying, stuff to say. And it's just the fact that other people are involved that make it seem like it's real. You know what I mean? Like, you know, his mom, his sister, she really beat them up in real life. So I feel like it's real.
You feel like it's real?
And I say that because it's a lot of people out here that really don't love themselves, so they will allow that type of relationship.
Yeah,
because there's people behind closed doors that go through that all the time.
Yeah. And I think another thing is, like, if you are genuinely, like, in love, I guess I'll say in quotation, like what she says, it may not be really in love, but in, like, super infatuation with somebody. Like, when you get to that level, I feel like a lot of people's minds just don't think logically anymore.
Yeah.
Like, the logic completely goes out the window. Like, there's no, like, you know, critical thinking that gets done, no thought process. Like, it's all just heart, emotions, and feelings. And emotions and feelings are great, but it's like, at our big age, you have to learn how to balance your feelings and your critical thinking, because you gonna need both.
They gotta go hand in hand.
You gonna need both.
You can't have one and forget the other.
You gonna need both. Okay, let me tell you again. You gonna need both.
You do, because you gotta have both, because you don't really know a person.
Yeah.
You don't really know a person, so you have to be on. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be so just up and lax that you letting somebody just run over you and do whatever. Like, sometimes you gotta speak up and think, okay, maybe this may not make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get out of this.
Yeah, because your brain and your intuition is going to tell you that something is wrong, but your feelings is going to tell you to stay there because you love it. And that's when you got to know which side to choose.
Yes.
Because if you don't know what side to choose, you're going to honestly end up like her. You're going to be all messed up, all confused, because she seems like she's completely all feelings and no, like, she not using her brain to look at the red flags. At your big age, you need to look at them red flags. Especially after he has other, like, people that he has been with and have been kids with and stuff like that. Like, at your big age, you sitting here want to argue online, look crazy, take your tooth out, put his face on it, look a mess, have him make you look. Love you, and we'll hear from y'all soon. Bye.
See you soon.